maths teacher shoved their bum cheeks in your face. So I'm just here trying to get through the actual bloody school day. And then one of my friends, I laugh and I'm like, what are you staring at? She's looking behind me. So I look behind me and oh my god! Teacher's bum cheeks is in my face. I'm sorry. Let's go! That's so meant to happen. So do you mind not doing that? Me and my friends were just giggling about it. And then basically, giggling and having a fun time about it, we're laughing about it. Like, this is not a big enough classroom if your bum's in my face when you're bending down to help another kid. He actually stands up and her bum cheeks hit the back of my head. Me and my friends, we were laughing, like madly laughing, the urge of crying. Actually, my friend laughed that snot came out of her nose all over her maths book. The teacher came over, she's like, ooh, a little bit nasally. Nasally, I see there, Trisha. And then a boy, that she liked, saw her bloody maths book. She's like, oh my god, like. And that's literally the day I found out that she was the fakest friend on God's earth. Use a friend to get through for a boy to laugh at her, with her, have a joke. She blamed me for snotting all over her maths book. And I said, right, scrap me outside Lidl. Actually scrap you outside Lidl. I'm not even joking, babes. Come at me, babes. And then she doesn't even come to Lidl because she's that scared to scrap me. Like, I'm not even having a laugh though, but I would have smacked her ass later. Send this to a friend, and if they text you back #slay, that shows that they're a true friend and they watch till the end of the video.
The most annoying person that could ever exist is that one kid that asks for homework. The teacher would be like, alright, it's the end of the lesson, class dismissed. And we would all be in a good mood because they forgot about assigning us work. But then, this stupid mother trucker would go like, miss, what about the homework? Benjamin, you little rat. Why would you do that? We got away with not having homework. Then the teacher gives like 8 double-sided pages of work to do. Thanks a lot, Benjamin.
The story is called Birthday. One day, a girl asks her dad, what are you gonna get me for my birthday? The father replied, I don't know. Later that month, the girl fainted and was rushed to the hospital. The doctor came out and told her dad that she has a bad heart. When the girl was lying on the bed, she said, Dad, have they told you I'm gonna die yet? The father replied yes and left weeping. She said, how can you be so sure? He turned around and left. Her birthday came around where she started doing much better. She was so excited to go home and see her dad. When she went home, she read a letter that her dad had left. My dearest daughter, if you're reading this, all went well. One day you asked me what I was giving you for your birthday. My present to you is my heart. Take care, my love. Never forget me. Her father donated his heart.
Time when I was little I thought I could talk to trees, because I had no friends. And I used to sit by them and say things, and one day I was talking to my tree friend called Kevin, and this girl went up to me and said, are you talking to that tree, freak? And I started crying and hugged onto the tree. And while she was laughing, one of the branches fell on the girl's head.
I absolutely hate when you're like in English class or something and your teacher is just simply explaining your task to you. But then you decide to start a very loud conversation with your best friend. She notices you and your teacher gives you that look that really says no. She's like, oh wait. You both look at her like, I'm so sorry. Was my lesson interrupting your conversation? It's fine, guys, seriously, I'll wait. I'm like, thank you, sister, because I've still got to go through all the drama with my best friend. And last time I checked, you were teaching in our conversation.
In my opinion, Miraculous is a tiny bit overrated. I mean, sis, don't get me wrong, I ain't no hater, but it's the same in every freaking episode. You know, someone gets angry, then they get acclimatized by Hawkmoth. Then Ladybug and Cat Noir come to the rescue and fight a little bit, and then Ladybug uses her, like, lucky charm, and then they win. Then Hawkmoth, at the end of every single episode, is like, I will get you next time, Cat Noir and Ladybug. Just you wait and see. Miss Girl! Well, it better be soon, Hawkmoth! It's been like 100 episodes, and you ain't even been close! Get face on. Get your game face on.
I find it so annoying when you go to your friend's house and they say their room is like super messy and dirty and they're like, just ignore the mess. Sorry, I forgot to clean my room. So, you know, you're expecting like an unmade bed and a few clothes on the floor. Wrong! You go inside their room and it's literally spotless. No clothes on the floor, no shoes, no socks, nothing. Like, huh? What is dirty here? If that's messy, I would advise you to not come into my room ever. If that's messy, mine is a literal zoo and junkyard.
Story time. Hey, lil brother.
Sup?
Why is your voice so hot?
Yours too. Let's get married.
Oh yes, Daddy!
But let's ask Mom first.
Okay.
Mom, can we borrow $1,008,57377 million billion?
Why?
Because me and bro are getting married.
Oh, okay.
But where is Dad?
I killed him.
Nice.
I know, right?
Can I try killing people?
Okay, kill you, brother.
But I'm her fiance.
I don't fucking care.
Okay.
Kills brother. Mom, can I kill you?
Why?
Because you're 1,000,000% annoying ass.
Okay.
Stabs mom.
Die stupidly.
This is fun ass.
Like for part 2.
Story time about when I was 9 years old and was playing in the park, but then soon got rushed to the hospital. So we had just finished school and I was in the school's park with my friend. We were like best friends at the time and we used to love hanging out there together after school. My mom and her friends would also stay in the park, like sitting down on the grass having a picnic all together. So we were just, playing in the park, having fun, and usually there was like this kind of cafe place that was like part of our school where you could buy food and stuff, drinks. So my friend went in there to get some popcorn. She told me to wait outside in the park. So I was just doing cartwheels because I loved doing them at the time, and then I suddenly tripped over this rock and fell onto this metal kind of little bar thing that was like right next to the entrance of the park. So that day I was wearing this skirt with some tights under it, and when I tripped at the time, it hurt, but it didn't hurt that much. Like when you first tripped, like it's kind of a shock more than it actually hurting. So I was just like about to stand up going for my day, and I realized I literally couldn't stand up. Like my knee hurted so much that I was practically jumping with one leg, holding onto the rails of the fence. See, at this point I was a little concerned, but not that surprised, because usually tripping would hurt. Then this older guy asked me, like, are you okay? Because he saw me limping, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine, because I thought I was fine. But I wasn't. I went over to my mom, barely being able to walk, and she stood up quickly and asked me, like, what's wrong? And the tights that I was wearing were, like, really dark blue. It could almost look black, so you couldn't really see all the blood that was dripping from my knee. Now I was starting to get a little scared because it was kind of starting to hurt more. So I quickly went to the toilet and put my tights off so I could see my knee. And it looked like a waterfall of blood. I obviously started panicking, and so did my mom. So she quickly carried me and ran to the school nurse because I couldn't walk, so she carried me. And as you probably know, the school nurses aren't much of a help. So when we got to the school nurse, this time she didn't actually tell me to put a pack of ice on my knee. But she told us, she put this plaster over it. Obviously, that didn't help. Then this other doctor came over and we told her what happened, and she told us to go straight to the hospital. What happens next is something I will probably never forget. I'm really sorry to be this person, but I'm running out of time. Part 2 of the previous story time. So the school nurse had told us to go straight to the hospital. We were still in the park though, so we had to walk all the way around to get to the exit. The thing is, I couldn't walk, so the school nurses gave us a wheelchair. So my mom was basically pushing me all around the school to get to the exit on a wheelchair. When we finally arrived to the hospital, this doctor took us in. She examined my knee, and then later, after a few minutes of looking at it, she told me that my knee had broken open. There were no broken bones, but still it was quite a severe injury since it was like an open knee, and there was blood dripping out of everywhere. The big plaster that the nurse put on my knee was literally holding on for dear life. I don't think it could keep the blood from dripping any longer. Anyways, so the doctor then told me that I had to get stitches to close my knee. I was terrified since I had never gotten stitches ever, and I was pretty young at the time. But the worst part is that they stitched my knee together without anesthesia. So I was feeling all the pain of them stitching it together, and it felt like hell. To this day, I can still not understand why they didn't give me anesthesia. Anyways, it hurt like crazy, but after she was finally done stitching it, and after all the screaming and crying, my knee was still injured. So the doctor gave us these supplies that we had to bring home to take care of my knee and treat it well until it gets better. Anyways, the good part of all this is I got ice cream after, so that's great. Oh, and my friend, the one that I was at the park with, she got popcorn, and then she told me to wait outside, and that's when it all happened, right? So when she got out of the cafe with her popcorn, she couldn't find me. Obviously, she looked all over the school and still couldn't find me. She was super worried and practically told the whole school, and everybody in the park was looking for me. So when I got back to school, I told her everything that happened. And since that day, I couldn't really walk, so I had these crutches, good thing I got to use the elevator of the school. That's really VIP, because nobody gets to ever use the elevator of the school. Anyways, that's the story. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more story times. Also, I changed the display name of my Roblox user, so it's now Stories with Selena. So if you see me in a game and it says Stories with Selena, it's most probably me. So don't hesitate to come say hi. And my Roblox user is rollerskate099. Yes, don't judge it. I made it when I was super young. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Bye, guys.